Hey everyone, I'm Spencer.
I'm Laura, and we're Married with Board Games. In 2012, a small deduction card game called Love Letter hit the market, much to the joy of many gamers.
It was so popular that a number of re-themes were released, including Batman Love Letter. Now, before we got our hands on Lovecraft Letter, Batman was our favorite.
But, seeing as how much we enjoy Lovecraft games, we were wondering if the 2 to 6 player Lovecraft Letter from AEG would do enough to dethrone Batman as our favorite.
Let's head over to the table and find out. I'm starting this one out with everything in the box because it's kind of an experience to open this thing. First of all, it's designed to be like a book, so that's pretty cool. And then you put it down and then you open it. Opens like a book. You have this artwork in here. Here's your rule book. You'll move that. And then voila, there you have the game. Now in this game, the tokens used to represent your wins for each round are these poker chips. And one side is this Cthulhu symbol, which goes for an insanity win. And then this is the yellow sign that goes for a sane win. And there are plenty of those in the game, and they have a nice weight to them. Very great addition to the game. Next you have your cards. Now these are, number one, a great size card, but number two, this game comes with custom card sleeves. So these are all sleeved and they came with the game. And so you'll see that this is actually what the back of the cards look like. But the sleeves themselves are custom to match the back of the cards. So I thought that was a very, very neat detail to do. But here you go. Here are the cards, and they're all, the effects are essentially similar to other Love Letter games. But you'll notice there are 2 different types of cards. The green cards are insanity cards, and they have 2 effects on them. When you become insane and you have to discard an insanity card, you can do either effect. So in this case, this says if you ever have another card, you must discard this card if you ever have another card with a number higher than 4 in your hand. Ignore this effect if you're insane. Well, this is a bad example, so I'm not going to do that one. Let's go to this one, the Amigo. So choose any player. They must discard their hand and draw a new card. But if you're insane, you can also choose another player, add their hand to yours. They add the Amigo brain case to their hand, then discard a card. So you choose, when you discard this card, which effect you're going to do. But we go through here, up here in the top, there's a symbol that tells you how many of those cards are in the game. So for example, there's only 1 deep ones in the game, but there are 2 Great Race of Yith in the game. So that's handy as well. But yeah, it goes 1 through 8. The Sane 8 is the Necronomicon. If you discard this card, you are immediately knocked out of the round. And of course, the Insane 8 is Cthulhu, and you can see what he does there. But you can see the artwork there. Oops, that's the Elder sign. I called it a yellow sign earlier. Pardon my mistake. But yeah, there are a lot of cards in this game. And then of course, you've got your player aids with the list of cards. And these also have sleeves with them. One side is the Sane Effect cards, and it lists all those there. And then the other side is the list of insane effects for all of the cards there. And the game plays essentially like Love Letter. You start with a card in your hand, and then on your turn, you draw a card, and you have to discard one of them. And so you choose which one to discard. Now here's the new thing about being insane. If you ever have to, or choose to discard an insane card, you immediately become insane for the rest of the round. Every time it becomes your turn, you have to do a sanity check. And the way you do that is, for every insane card you have in your discard pile, you have to draw that many cards. And if one of those cards is an insane card, you are immediately out of the round. So for example, right now I only have 1, so I'm going to draw 1. I'm safe, okay? But if I had 2 down there, well, that's not an insane card. If I had 2 down there and I drew 2, 1. Oh, there's an insane card. This wouldn't be in the deck already because it has a special thing where you set it aside at the beginning of the game. But just for example, if that had been like a 3 and it was insane, I'd be out of the round. So there's that little added twist to the game about being sane and insane. If you win the round and you are insane, you grab a token and flip it to this side. But if you win the round and you have your sanity intact, you have one of these. You flip it to this side. It takes 2 of these to win the game. It takes 3 of these to win the game. Okay, so now that you've got an idea of what the game looks like, what's different about it than previous versions of Love Letter, let's give our thoughts. Okay, I'll be the first one to say it's an amazing production. This is a very well-made game. It's quite an upgrade from our little bag
our little drawstring bag
of Batman Love Letter.
and the tiny little tokens.
Yeah. I love the good poker chips, and the artwork, of course, is great. I like that it's a book, like the Necronomicon or something. It's thematic. It's a very well packaged game, and then of course I think it's a good value because it comes with custom card sleeves.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
in a game like this, you need sleeves.
Yeah, so as much as you're
moving them around all the time, because we learned that really quick with our Batman Love Letter. And well, maybe a little too late.
Yeah, but you're
custom.
Yeah, and I love that you're not covering up the back of the card because it's just replaced with that card sleeve.
Well, and the backs are so neat.
Yes, I love the artwork on the back too. It's a very good looking game, and it's just a very,
If somebody walked up and said, "What are you playing?" and you told them you were playing a Love Letter game, I do not know that they would believe you.
Yeah, all things aside, it's a great production. Very good value for the game that you're getting. So people at this point should know, well, maybe they shouldn't, but Love Letter is a basic game. It's very simple. Pick one up, play one down, and then you're trying to stay in the round the longest, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. This one changes things up. And as with most Lovecraftian, Cthulhu-themed games, what does it add?
Insanity.
Insanity. Okay, so what do you think about this edition of Insanity?
I enjoy it because, again, it's thematic, and that's what helps make this one stand out from other
Yes, I agree.
themes for Love Letter. I feel like the only problem is in a 2-player game.
Right. Yes. So this game can go up to 6 players, which is new. Previous versions of Love Letter only go up to 4. And I think that's neat. And they compensated for that because you don't have to get 5 tokens or whatever to win it. For being sane, you only need 2, and then for being insane, you only need 3. So I think they did a good job of balancing for that.
Right, and I think it's all because of that insanity version, because there are sane cards and insane cards. There's more cards in your deck to be able to play amongst to deal out amongst all the players.
But you're absolutely right. As a 2-player game, it really does kind of fall flat. Because
if somebody is insane and you pull that card for your sanity check, round's over.
Yeah, it's quick. It's a quick game to win. I mean, we played a game in less than 10 minutes.
4 hands.
Yeah.
Or 4 deals, and I won it in
And
quick.
plus, with a 2-player game, with a 2-player, even not just this one, but any other Love Letter game, you just don't get the chance to really do any kind of meaningful deductions based on what everybody's playing, because it's real quick.
Right, with this, when you're just playing the 1 and trying to guess what number they are, you're just a stab in the dark in a 2-player game.
Right. So we definitely don't recommend it for 2 players. The more people, the better. So Laura, having said all of that and knowing everything that we think about this game, we want to say and tell everybody where this ranks as far as all the Love Letter games. I know where I stand. I would say, I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Since you're not
I don't
volunteering.
know where you're going.
Okay. So, ranking Love Letters, I think this is the best Love Letter yet.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I like it better than Batman. The production quality. I like the change.
Okay, yeah.
I like the addition. It adds a little bit more strategy to what you're doing, because sometimes you'll be faced with playing down a sane card versus an insanity card.
Yeah.
And that's another decision you have to make. Okay, do I want to take the risk and go ahead and make myself insane in order to get this effect? Or do I want to hold that one and play this one down?
You know what? You've pled your case, and I have to agree with you on those things.
Well, thank you.
I do think the production is so much better than what we've seen before. And maybe because of this, reprints will help step up.
Yeah, well, they have the premium edition of regular Love Letter, which is, again, another gorgeous production.
Yeah.
So, maybe we'll see. It would be really cool to see a Batman premium version, like in a, I don't know, Arkham Asylum case or something. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. And, like there's the Love Letter version that you can get for your wedding as favors. I hope that those are good production for the wedding. But maybe this will also help step that up too. Set this higher standard for that. I agree.
Cool.
This is an excellent new version that makes the gameplay different. So Lovecraft Letter is a great addition to the Love Letter family and is a very well done production. There was some uncertainty from grumblers on the internet about whether we needed another love letter, especially with a theme that some would argue is getting stale.
But we feel we can dispel those doubts and say that Lovecraft Letter adds just enough tweaks to the original game to hold our interest and keep us engaged, but all the while still feeling like the love letter you are used to.
The addition of the sane and insane conditions and the awesome component quality lead us to give Lovecraft Letter an average Married with Board Games rating of 7.75 and a seal of approval.
Thank you so much for watching this review. If you liked it, be sure to check out our other videos or our podcast, all of which you can find on marriedwithbg.com.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.